Hello and welcome to the Kayden Gordon Show, today's best country mix. And joining us right here today is Phil Salter. Phil, how are you doing today?
Good morning, Kayden. Greetings and salutations. Greetings from down under, mate.
Absolutely, for sure. So let's get started by getting to know you a bit and tell us how'd you get your start in music?
Wow, well, that was a long time ago. I've been playing music since I was 12, learned to play guitar. Then, let me see, I played in some folk clubs in Adelaide in the late 70s. You can tell I'm not a young guy. Folk clubs, then some rock bands in the 80s, and then drifted more through my influences, guess, people like Jim Croce, Gordon Lightfoot, those kind of players. That's what I wanted to, John Denver, people like that, Chris Christopherson. And let me see, then started to write. Um, was a professional musician at times, but mostly what you'd call, an amateur playing bands and working. So I was a high school music teacher most of my life, most of my working life. And I'm not working now. And the last couple of years had the time to really finally, thankfully, get back to making my music full time and releasing it. And that's ultimately why we're speaking, which is fantastic. So something's going right. Yeah.
Absolutely, for sure. So you have a brand new single, and that's called Fields of Dreams. Tell us more about that song.
Thank you. You got it right too, Kane. Like, a lot of folks say field of dreams, fields of dreams. Yeah, yeah. Tell us about that. Look, the song's been written for a while, and it was demoed. It was originally written as a sort of a very feminine, girly kind of a ballad years ago for actually for a Taiwan publisher I was writing it for, but it never got recorded properly. So it's now a Phil Salter turned into, my keys and my sound and style. And it's a love song, really. It's just that opens up the opening line is you're as comfortable to me as teddy bears, you make me happy as Christmas time. So it's a real classic love song. Yeah, dedicated to my wife. I think it's a good video clip. You've got to check out my video clip on YouTube for Fields of Dreams. Yeah.
So if you had the opportunity to collaborate with any artist, whether they're with us today or not, who would you choose and why would you choose them?
Who would I choose? Wow, in this day and age, look, Keith Urban, a
Hmm.
Kiwi Australian, hey? Wouldn't that be
Yes.
it'd be about as good as it gets, I suppose. And but I haven't. A lot of folks do that, I mean, if you have a publisher or a record deal, they'll often send you to songwriting camps and pair you up with songwriters. And I would very much like to do that. I'm actually part of my business plan, for this year is to be looking dead set. It's funny you mention it, really, is to look to who I might work with. There's a few, I won't name, one or two people here in Adelaide. We're in South Australia in Adelaide. Do you folks know of Adelaide? Is that a name that you
Yes,
would know?
I
Do you?
do. The only reason why do know that is because I do a lot of shows and I have a lot of artist friends that are in Adelaide, and I do promotion myself, radio promotion and stuff like that too. So I have some artists down there in Adelaide as well.
Most people just used to know us because we had the Formula One way back. And I digress, which I just shouldn't have done.
Well, most just know about Sydney. Sydney's like the
Yeah,
main one that,
exactly.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry, mate. I digressed there.
Sydney is what most people know. Like that's
Yeah, yeah,
the capital that people like. Oh yeah, Sydney, Australia. But like
yeah.
people know like the capitals and stuff, but they don't know like the small ones like Adelaide.
Indeed. Yeah, yeah. No, I was just wondering if I lost track of the musical question. I'm sorry. Did you ask me something I lost track of?
Oh no, 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 no. We covered that. You talked about your the influence and stuff like that. So
Yeah,
if
yeah.
people want to learn more about you, where can they find more information?
Probably the easiest place to start is my website is philsalter.com, Salter, philsalter.com. And on the web page there on the right hand side is all of the links to the YouTube channels and my website and Spotify and all that sort of stuff. iTunes. Please go there, buy it, tag it, like it, play it. Yeah.
So what's next for you, Phil? Do you have any upcoming singles besides that one we just talked about, or any upcoming tours or
You,
anything like that in
you
the
know,
Australia area?
Yeah, Kayden, I was watching one of your interviews the other week with some Australian people, and they mentioned how what a tough gig it is being an independent artist. And I've
Hmm.
got all the time in the world now, and it is a tough gig. Field to Dreams took me probably 200 hours to produce and write and record and get done. And that maybe includes the video clip, which I also make myself. It is so time consuming. So it's a battle really to get everything done. I'm not playing live at the moment. I'm kind of stuck in the middle of the Adelaide is, I don't know what it's like in the States so much, but we have what we call a cover scene, and the agents like to fill the pubs and have people playing cover music, which I did a great part of my life, and I respect the people that do it because I did it for a living, literally for a while. But I'm in so they don't want me to as Phil Salter country music artist playing my music, and I'm kind of not at the league yet or the level of where the industry. The country music industry in Australia knows who I am particularly. I have had my Filter Dreams peaked a couple of weeks ago at number 7 on the Australian country chart and entered a number of others as an independent chart from the States there somewhere, totally unconnected from my network of publicists. So it's charted in a number of places. So it's done quite well, but I'm still not, I need to pick up a promoter really is what the ideal thing would be for me. So my bridge needs to be now, I'm looking this year again at promoting my own gigs. It seems to be the only way I can go. And again, that thing you mentioned about writing with someone else. So perhaps that might lead to some joint gigs. I'm working on a new song, brand new song, which is I've just written and finished, which I'm really excited about, and starting to record that. Only last week I started on that. I went to Tamworth, our country music. It's your national
Yes.
Tamworth in January for the first time. Met some people, met some of my publicists for the first time instead of, doing what we do now,
Yeah.
met them face to face. It was great to meet people and meet some of the other artists in a similar league to where I'm working at the moment. So I want to get back to Tamworth next year, but get some gigs. I was happy to go this year just for a look, see, and meet people, but next year the goal. And my profile's rising, so I think I've got a good chance of picking up some gigs in Tamworth next year. So there's a lot going on. It grows slow. You never quite. And if you told me 2 or 3 years ago, I'd be sitting at home here this morning talking to a radio DJ presenter in where are you guys again? In Massachusetts.
Yes.
Yeah, I wouldn't have believed you. So yeah, things grow slowly, and there's momentum. I've definitely got some momentum. It's a lot of work, and I think prioritizing. And so at the moment, I need to get some recordings done as my highest priority. But by the end of the year, look to those things I've mentioned: getting to Tamworth, perhaps co-writing, and some co-concerting, whatever the other term might be, self-promotion. Yeah.
Sure is. Phil, is there anything that I forgot to mention that you would like to mention before we go today?
I don't think so. Just thanks for having me. Seriously, it's a kick. And but again, hopefully, folks, just look me up, please. Have a few clicks around, and I'm sort of reasonably omnipresent. Like, thankfully, all of us independent folk can be this day. Look, great. Look, Kayden, thank you. I hope we catch up again. Give me a bell. Stephen Brady, Blue Shamrock, set this up for us, which was great of him. So thanks to him and thanks for you. Greetings from down under.
Phil Salter, thank you so much for taking the time to come on the Kayden Gordon Show. Today's Best Country Mix. Definitely appreciate your time and support, and hope to have you on the show again real soon when you have something new to chat with us about.
Thanks, Kayden. Good on you, mate. Greetings, folks. See you later.